nice and clean for us. This country has got to go. I really appreciated the way they broke themselves free of Russia for me. And let's just make sure they don't reappear, shall we? Not that I need the prestige. We are perma-capped at 100 prestige, thanks to, well, many things, in fact. Let's push this piece and figure out why. So religious traditions from religious ideas, that's great. Another one from religious sacrifices for being pagan. Inspiring victory, yeah, well, that comes and goes. Trading in fur. So knocking out inspiring victory, we've got 3. Another half from rite of passage, and another half from power projection. So, not bad. And thanks to our traditions, we have lower decay, which might as well mean +1. Done and done. Do you know which future country you will play? Well, here's the tricky thing. I don't, because after I finish this, Stellaris is going to be on the cards. And I do like me some Stellaris. Alright, we still have a wee bit before Russia is the one we're gunning down. And I don't want to even see revolts here. These provinces are piss poor and I don't even care. Thanks to religious ideas, not religious, thanks to economic ideas, I barely have to care about any of that. Thought I said you guys were going to Neva. We've got our boats here as well. What to even do with them, I don't know. I think we'll just keep them there. It's not like they're costing us all that much. I wouldn't mind some more sailors, though. Wouldn't mind some more sailors around all of this. I'll figure that one out later. Who else was there that I had to remove from the equation? You guys are on your long march. Yes, here, of course. Did everybody make it across? Oh, no, we're still waiting on you. I doubt we'll need all of you, however, so we'll grab you folks and march you down to our friends over here. Haida are about to become our very close friends. Jake, what's the final goal again? You have to own pretty much all Arctic provinces, but it's done by region. Nice to get some colonial conquest on the go. And I own almost all the provinces I need in the old world, with the exception of Scandinavian provinces and some more that the accursed Russians still hold on to. So what I'm doing here is I'm leaving the artillery with the 3 siege guy alone and getting the rest of my units away from there so that they don't all suffer the attrition. Not that I even needed to, that took no time at all. Well, thanks for entering my country. Enjoy your stay. No reason not to just gobble it all up. Gonna have to core it all though, since it's gonna be going to my colonial nation when they spit off. And hopefully my colonial nation is going to be pretty good at converting stuff. They're going to be Tengri, and I hope they don't go all syncretic for the first thing they find. And again, if it's syncretic totemist, I can totally get behind that. What are you even doing there? I think I hired you as extra, right? I'm going to recall you and send you there. And then everything should be hunky-dory around there. Question is where to go from there. There are certainly some Swedes that could well do with being destroyed, and there are some Danes that could well do with being my vassal. Sadly, they think there's a big distance between our borders. I don't quite agree with that. Maybe I can knock out the so-called Gutnish and enjoy a closer border with Denmark. There's also Danzig right here. Danzig is actually going to disappear as a core before too long. But it seems that Bohemia hate Lubeck, so I have a relatively free shot at them. I want Danzig and I want Denmark as a vassal. If I get Denmark for free as a vassal, that's all the better. But Gotland is part of Scandinavia anyway, so I'd be as well fabricating that claim and getting them inside me. Also gives my troops some reason to exercise their sword arms. So I'll maneuver them over here. Jake, admin tech for Absolute Monarchy since you've got Western Trade bonus. Yes, I do. Welcome. Now I can tech up with Dip as well, and I could tech up with Mill too, but here's what I think about that. I have a lot of Mill. Maybe I should just make Perm reach for the skies. There we go. I mean, damn, that's a lot of manpower to come out of one province. How else can we build this up? I don't need a cathedral, but I definitely don't need courthouses. E, F, yeah, I know my alphabet here. Gotland 352. We're going to need more galleys, and we're going to need considerably more transports. That's troublesome. Vassalize them in a war with Gotland. Here's the thing, I have no interest in this land with the exception of Danzig, because I want my free westernization. We're going to hop our way there, first from Gotland. But there's a problem with that. The Gutnish probably have a better fleet than we do. Let's check them out. E, F, yeah, I know my alphabet here. Gotland 352. We're going to need more galleys, and we're going to need considerably more transports. That's troublesome. I think transports are more important there, since our lights might be able to handle it. And while we are well outside of our grasp with naval force limit, maybe I should have taken this land after all. But I didn't, and I can't change that now. So what are we going to do? We're going to start building some buildings. Naval force limit +4 seems legitimate. Also give shipbuilding time for all that that's worth. It's not much, I assure you. And yes, let's get some more sailors on the go. A lot of these places barely give us any, but more is more, as a wise man once taught me. He was very wise. I don't want these guys revolting away from me. I doubt they will. I sorely doubt they will. But this province also gives me nothing, so why worry, really? I have a whole bunch of light ships that honestly I don't need, especially if I'm not going exploring anymore, and there's nothing else to explore, so I might as well just get rid of them. Ah, right, this isn't 117, so I'm not getting my sailors back. That's a shame. Well, one bit of a weakness is when I play with stuff in-house, sometimes I forget what's in the game or what is not. Boy, I would like to just make you my vassal like that. Hopefully by grabbing Gotland on my side that'll suffice. So I should get rid of that since I got all my relations there. Improve relations with you, and then as soon as we can, we march on them. But yeah, I need more boats for that. And we'll use our transports to fight these guys when we can. And I'm wondering if I have any more useless boats around here. Honestly, these two are of no use. All I really need are transports. I might build up a heavy fleet in the future, but that is not right now. Nice to have all these guys inside of me, though. I'm confident that nobody's going to colonize these lands. The AI just does not like them. Jake, absolute monarchy. Absolutely yes. Glad somebody's keeping on the reminders there. That gets down that autonomy change. Discipline and unrest. It all looks good. Why would we lie when we have the best deals? I want to eradicate the Orthodox first and foremost. And take care of the Christians afterwards. Those accursed Christians. So, let's have a sail over and have a look at the Gutnish. Excuse me. There are only 8,000 of them, and as long as we out-tech them, which we do not, we'll have an easy battle, so I need to bring in a reasonable number of folks. How is that 7 stack doing? It could be doing faster, I tell you. Didn't I have money once? All those docks really take it out of you. Jake, is Blood for the Sky God achievement still available? It's still available, but there are no Nahuatl left in the world, so that's not going to happen. There we go. Naval force limit, just as God intended. Just as he intended. Okay, not getting that much. Probably because there's still fairly high autonomy around here. Oh well, that's part of the problem. I never made it into states, did I? Well, no sense monkeying around. I want them all as states. Okay, how else are we looking around here? States for the state god. I'm not sure if I care too much about these. Okay, because I have no intention of taking over more of Bestonia. Pskov, I guess, is going to be mine, so why not? So that should help out our naval force limit quite a bit. Goes from 30 to 36. Excellent. It's still fairly high autonomy because I integrated these fellows, so even though I have some bonuses, it's reduced by a half. But the autonomy will go away. There are also these jokers that want more out of my land, but I am fairly alright with giving the nobility my fort. Not so okay with giving them this fort. The merchant guilds can enjoy this one since it's also an estuary. Otherwise, though, I'll just throw any province with half decent manpower to the nobility. Sadly, the Finnish did not believe in high manpower. This one will do. Novgorod is also another one that merchant guilds should really have. I want those bonuses, since eventually all trade is going to flow here anyway. And the clergy, of course, are a bit nitpicky about things, but the clergy can get some garbage land or anywhere with good tax. Garbage land it is. Now, unfortunately, quite a few of these were converted by the Finnish, but we'll take over later. It's not like we don't have any others to deal with right now. I don't want to be paying for this expensive fort at the moment. I'm sure I will when we go to war. So let's keep that one. Oh good, it is unchecked. How's the glorious US of A doing? They're existing, which is pretty good. They're all Portuguese, which is pretty bad, but I'm sure they'll get along just fine. Now all this land wonderfully has no separatism, because it's a colony. And who has ever cared about colonies? I'm going to need a couple more merchant men on this. But is that really necessary? Not at the moment it isn't, but I know I'll forget if I don't do it now. So what of those boats I'm waiting on? Because Gotland's got to go. And now Russia won't join in because I punched them so hard they're now in a horrific death spiral of debt. But I still need to gobble them up before that Danzig core expires. Gobble them up, hopefully vassalize the Danes, and grab Danzig before 1678. So I got 7 years. Give myself a year for Gotland. Danzig, huh? Means fighting you, means fighting quite a few people, and it's not like you are weak. You're gonna thrash me on the seas as well. But your friends are pathetic and your trade league is almost non-existent, so I'll go with that. Actually, if I was able to get Denmark as a vassal ahead of time, which I could if I get rid of this distance between borders, which should melt away when I get Gotland, means I could fight Lübeck for these cores and then grab Danzig as a sweet little morsel on the side. Man, you almost think I planned this stuff. We have the space for it, so I'd be as well allying the Danes at the moment. Is a foolish thought, because they might call me into an offensive war thinking I'm their best buddy and want to help them with everything in life. So, how are we looking at this? I'm thinking we should just get going. You guys get over here. Or maybe I want the full 20 stack on the case. I think I do. Keep those orthodox conversions going, because I don't need no orthodox in my life. Alright, I need an elite task force of 9 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's no artillery, but I think we'll be better off without them. We just need a shock force going in there. The artillery can come along later. I feel a bit bad about having such a crummy attacking leader going in as well. You know, I'm feeling gutsy. Let's get ourselves a conquistador. Yeah, he's twice as good. He knows everything he needs to know about taking him on. So we'll wait for the turn of the month to get our units out there. And then, what a shame, they want to be my friends anyway. It would help if I actually fabricated that claim ahead of time. Well, how long was it going to be until I noticed that? I have a truce with them until 75. That's a real shame. That's a real shame. Okay. Well, we're throwing down that claim anyway. But that really tightens the time at getting Danzig out of there. Since you still don't want to be my vassal due to this distance between borders malarkey. Could fight Sweden over that. But they would call in the Netherlands, and holy smokes, the Netherlands are strong. Holy War the Netherlands down to here would give me a reasonable amount on Denmark. And again, I could no CB Denmark to vassalize them. Break the truce, Jake. I don't have my diplomatic ideas, so that doesn't go down quite so well. Better make sure none of these have somehow joined the HRE. They have not. Okay, I got a real choice to make here then. Now, the Danes are allied with the Livonian Order, so I could fight Livonian Order and vassalize Denmark, but that's very risky for a lot of reasons. And they're the Teutonic Order that, of course, I also have no casus with. Huh. Tricky one. Very tricky. Could beat my way through here and then fabricate on Danzig. It's another choice. Not sure if it will overcome the distance between borders, which was one of the main reasons I wanted Gotland out of everything. But only Riga and Denmark could get involved if I fought the Livonian Order. Denmark are also allied with Saxe-Lunenburg, so I could make them a co-belligerent in all this and get that vassal. And then use that to fight the Lübecker. Almost seems like the better idea now that I look at it this way. Bearing in mind I'm not actually interested in any of this land. I guess I'll just be taking this. Why is LO risky? They'll just call in the Danes and the Regans, Jake. Nah, not really risky. Let's talk about that healthy truce with you, so we should just move our units into position. And we'll be good as gold. I should also have you on the fort. Not that the fort makes too much of a difference at this stage, but we'll have them powered up just in case they do some sneak attack on me. Alright, it almost makes too much sense. We should go for it. Denmark, of course, being a co-belligerent, so I can vassalize them. Maybe not even vassalize, I think I might just annex and release them. That way they don't have that whole they've force vassalized us in the war modifier. What about Riga? They're allied to anyone that could drag you into a war. Well, I'm not interested in them, so it makes very little odds. Well, no odds, really. Okay, I guess you've got to go. No, not you. Let's declare war on the right people. It's pretty central to my plan. Let's do it, and let's hope that the Danes are not super powerful at sea. But maybe the Danish enemies would allow us access through them as well. Who's to say? Soon we'll find out. I got two really good generals here, actually. I almost forgot about Polotsk. Riga and Denmark, and the others Dishonor, so we're looking fine. Saxe, of course, getting involved, and we are, of course, superior to these guys. Of course, no problems, never have been, never will be. As I expected, though, the naval situation is not really looking on our side, but with a bit of luck, we might be able to get access through. Okay, Sweden hates our guts. This could actually be a bit tricky for getting the Danes. The Lübecker do not hate our guts, but the Swedes don't actually offer access anywhere around here. Well, there'll be a way to march over there and get them one way or t'other. We shall use and abuse. Jake just lost 4 times the amount of men in that battle and still won Russian conscripts filling out his army. Well, know what to do with your people. It's an important rule. Now they've built some half-decent fortifications around here. I don't like rearranging my stacks just for getting my artillery in. But it'll make a difference with the sieging, so that's a good reason to do it. I don't want to throw everything in, because then I'm just going to take extra attrition. But it's not all that enjoyable, flinging people around all the time. Just to optimize the sieges. Oh well, the troubles you go through when you want to play good, but also want to play lazy. Then we get the full 5 bonus on Leningrad. Not over here. I'm just short a little bit. Down you go. You're all I need for the capital. But I'm gonna have to deal with Riga first. Famous last words. But we've got backup. Now Riga isn't really bringing many ships into the equation. I wonder if I could deal without them. Wish I had the sailors for more boats though. Kind of amusing that sailors would end up being a choke point for a navy once you get to the water, but I quite like it. Especially liked watching a multiplayer where that was the issue. I also want to mold this into a better unit. I can do that if I split you somewhat. But I'll figure out how better to divide you up later. Not now. Of course, I have to dominate the seas here, or else I'm not going to win, which means I'll need to get Riga out and somehow take these boats, or these navies on one by one. Or just march over, but still I would need to somehow make my way over there. Ka-ching. Now being blockaded also means these take a long time. Well, I must persevere. There's nothing saying that I need to get the Danes in this war, that would just be a nice little bonus. And what am I doing? I did not want to merge you there. I want to have you two guys take over this. 20 prestige, just what I needed. Could have sank it on making my subjects more loyal, but really it's unnecessary. Also got some very French diplomats going on. Let's get Polotsk to actually like us a bit. Back in EU3 you could actually spend your prestige making a larger sphere of influence. Weren't those the days? What a relaxing way to be spending my Sunday. No pressure of having to play board games today. Almost feel sorry for those merchant guilds, they really don't like me. But that'll fizzle away in time. Eventually all my trade is going to have to flow into Novgorod, which is going to be a good money maker. But I do fear a little bit about the Astrakhanian choke point, since the Crimean node is going to drink quite a bit of it away. I would probably benefit from building up around here quite a bit better. But Astrakhan doesn't really have any trading areas apart from Astrakhan itself, which is troublesome, because the best I can put there is a trade depot. We'll see how well it does. I just don't want to have half my money sucked out of me there. More provinces to convert, what a familiar feeling. So I don't suppose military access have been shared around here, which would help me out. No, and I would have to go and grab it or defeat these navies. I don't think I'd stand a good chance against the Danes themselves. 4-5-6 against 8-1-10, and they would have the fighting inside an inner sea bonus here. Not much time to take care of Lubeck here. Fitzkinneman, the Well, what I could do is vassalize Riga, and I would have their boats help me in all this. But vassalizing Riga would be pretty painful in the aggressive expansion, so I'll let that one drop. Really all I need is for them not to be in the war, and then we're pretty safe. Jake, did you enjoy your time playing Galactica? Am I allowed to answer that honestly? I didn't really. But then I'm not big on board game playing. Thing is, I can't even demand a Danish vassalization unless I grab that capital, so this lack of a navy is going to bother me quite a bit. Yes, bringing Riga out of this would help a little, but... Well, I can look at it from another way. I don't have to vassalize Denmark in this war, because I can still diplomatically vassalize them as long as I'm in range. Main thing I want to do here is get close enough to make my claim on Danzig. So perhaps white piecing Denmark might be better. Well, I'm a long way from doing that. I just want this province, and that wouldn't even give us a very long truce. Which seems alright. Could grab their money as well. And really all I need is this to fabricate my claim here. Feels a bit of a waste to do that and just take a province there. But there's no need to go overboard. No need. Trying to think if there's anything better I could be doing with this war than just this. I could of course get Riga out of here, demanding all of their money individually. And of course some war reparation. Hell, I'm taking their trade power whilst I'm here. Now that's a nice one. And I don't want them allied with Russia, since I'll be fighting Russia. For some reason they find that unacceptable. We'll see what's unacceptable as I kill and keep moving. Yeah, we can take him. But we could take him a bit better with more of a force. Onwards and upwards. Take one province and then return it after you claim Danzig. Don't want to take a province and then not hold on to it. That feels like a waste. But it shall be considered. Alright, Riga, how about that? I am clearly superior here. Now, you might think of it a waste to vassalize Denmark since they have aristocratic ideas, but the joke is all of these, well, almost all of these are Danish cores anyway, so they're already going to be increased coring cost. Always a pain to find that, isn't it? Okay, thanks for that, Riga. Now please, Ging Awa. Mind you, where'd that Danish fleet go? Maybe I'm blind. It wouldn't be the first time, but... there's no way they would just let me over there. But I guess now they're trying to block this. Oh no, there's that Danish fleet. Ever on time. I don't need this. What I do need is to start fabricating on, or rather building up a spy network inside Lubeck. Anybody know where Abo is? Or Obo? Oh, it's right here. Fancy that. I will be dominating Sweden's life later on, but I have other targets to remove from the map ahead of that. So let's start getting that spy network going in Lubeck, and once my other diplomat is free,